everybody, welcome to Yoga with Lisa SXM. Thank you for joining me. We're going to do some hip openers today, and along the way, hi Ellis, along the way we are going to also think about opening the heart so we support the instinct that we all have inside of us to give love, to be kind, to open your heart to other people, and to embrace understanding, even though people are different and they have different points of view and different experiences and sense of reality, but we are all one. And that's what we learn from our spiritual journey, is that we are all one. Just like I am one body, but I have hands and I have feet and I have shoulders and I have neck, I have blood vessels, I have stomach, I have heart. Each one has a different take on what it means to be me, but we are all one. And it's the same amongst all of the people of the earth and all the life forms of the earth, and perhaps even things that aren't alive, like the clouds and the rocks and the ocean and the sky. It's all part of our inheritance from the universe, and we are all one. So with that spirituality as an anchor to our practice, let's take our hands into a prayer pose and just take a moment to set your intention for today's yoga. I see Leslie from Canada is joining us and Ellis from Holland. So good morning or good afternoon, wherever you are. I'm so happy to see your little face popping up as a window. Thank you. Catherine is with us too from St. Martin. She was in the live yoga class with me yesterday at Joga in Simpson Bay. So thank you so much for everybody that's with me today. Or if you watch later when it's posted online, we're taking right now for ourselves. Focus inward and pay attention to your breath. Let your breath be long and slow, deep and full. In through the nose and down to the deepest part of the belly. Breathe in as if you're pouring water into a glass, a tall, clear glass. Imagine the water as you breathe in splashing cold and clear and cool in the bottom of the glass. That's your root chakra. And filling all the way up to your throat and even your sinuses, behind your eyes, and between your ears. There's space for air in there. Let's bring as much air into the body as we can right now. And as you exhale, squeeze all the areas at the same time. The chest, the throat, the tummy, the belly, the diaphragm. Squeeze it all in and let all those areas compress, pushing all the old air out. And then repeat. We're just focusing on our intention. What do you hope to get from today's yoga practice? What brings you to your mat? Or if you don't have a word for it or a phrase for it, maybe it's just a feeling, or maybe you've got somebody in your heart that you're trying to hold close and you want to send them healing energy. That is a wonderful intention for your yoga. And there are plenty of people out there these days needing lots of love and healing energy. So yes, let's yoga for them, for ourselves, for the planet. Let's lift up our spirits in joy and movement and breath. Lift the hands up, reach up, breathe in, look up and wiggle your fingers. Big breath in. Maybe you really feel your ribcage expanding out. Breathe it in. As you exhale, bring the hands out to the side. And let's bring the hands all the way down to rest on the knees. Relax your shoulders and bow your head. Let your chin come to your chest. And rest there at the top of your chest and relax the back of your neck. Keep your shoulders back and you're straight. Your back is straight. But the neck is relaxed and the head falls forward. Release your belly so your neck can fully relax. And then we begin to move the chin along the collarbone left and right ever so slowly. You cannot do it too slow. You can certainly do it too fast. So find a good pace for you as you breathe. Move one direction. As you exhale, go the other direction. And let your breath lead the movement, not be a secondary part of it, but be the impetus. As you change direction, it's because you've reached the end of a breath. Two or three more times, slow it down a little bit and really feel the stretch at the back of the neck. Each strand of muscle, each tendon, each ligament, feel each one and breathe air into that space, especially if you feel any discomfort or pain. And a word about that, if you do feel in any exercise that we do together or that we do later, if you pick up the videos at a later date, remember, whatever feels awkward, sensitive, uncomfortable, or painful, you are certainly in charge of the movement and the position that you decide to hold. You should always listen to your wisdom of your inner teacher and follow that instruction rather than listening to me. I'm just one woman speaking to a lot of people out there, so I can't know your personal situation. But I do know that yoga will serve you no matter what your situation is. So once again, let's find ourselves in prayer and back into our breath. Lifting the face up, and we'll tilt the ear down to meet the shoulder, or you can think of your jaw corner in front of your earlobe reaching up for the ceiling. That's a nice stretch, but either way, keep the chest lifted, the shoulders back. Relax your neck, drop it down, continue to breathe. And let's bring it up together. Inhale, a full breath at the top. And drop the head the other way. Again, think about bringing the ear down to the shoulder, but keep both shoulders way down. And if you want to think about reaching up with the corner of your jaw up towards the ceiling, that works really well. Keep breathing. And up we come, breathe in. Full breath at the top. Inhale. Exhale, drop it down. Hey Audrey, I see you're with us, and Jane, nice to have you with us today. Thank you. Craig's probably there too. If I see Audrey, usually Craig's right to his side. And up we come, breathe in. Let's go all the way over now. All the way over and up, breathe in. All the way over, exhale. One more time, all the way over, breathe in. And down it goes. Again. And now we just look left and right. We're getting the full range of motion for our neck today, except we're not going to take it back, because that's a little tricky. Can pinch a nerve back there if we drop the head all the way back. So when we lift the chin, don't think of dropping your head back. Think of lifting the chin and lifting the back of the head at the same time. Let's give that a try. Come to the middle. Lift the chin, lift the top of the head. Don't drop your head back, lift. Bring your chest up, sternum rises, and back down. Let's bow the head. Let your neck relax. Let your shoulders slump forward now. Let's round the back and let the back really turn into the whole spine shaped like a letter C. Drop your head, relax your neck. Begin to shift your weight on your hips. One hip takes the weight and the head rolls that direction. Shift your weight the other direction to the other hip and the head rolls to that shoulder. The head is rolling as a response to gravity, nothing more. Back to the center, lift through the spine, stack your vertebrae up, lift the sternum up, lift the face up, Lift the chin and the back of the head. Up, 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 lift. And return to a neutral position. Thank you for that. Let's stretch the legs out. Take a moment to extend out those long, beautiful legs. And begin to flex those ankles. Flex. And point. Breathe in and flex. Look up. Point. Round your back. Look down. Flex the ankles. Arch your back. Look up. Breathe in. And look down. Round the back. Relax the feet. Relax and exhale. Beautiful. Let's do an L sit. Turn your body into a capital letter L. Ankles flexed, arms up, reach up, look up at the ceiling if you want to, or you can look forward and lift the top of the head up, reach up, stretch from the tailbone all the way to the top of your head. Stretch it up, breathe in. Keep breathing in and out, stretch up. Let's go for a diagonal stretch, bringing the chest forward over the legs just a little bit. Reach your hands and the top of your head as if you're reaching for the top of the wall across the room. A 45-degree angle, but a straight back from your tailbone to the top of your head and your fingertips. Reach. Keep breathing. And bring it straight back up to the L sit. Straight up, reach up, breathe in. Flex those ankles. Open the back of the knees. Spread your fingers wide. Create space between your fingers. And back to the diagonal. Reach. Look down at your legs so your neck is straight. Reach with the top of your head and your fingers for the top of the wall across the room. Straight back. Beautiful. Back up to L sit. Straight up. L. And bring those arms down. Let's open the legs just a hair. So now your legs are very relaxed. Put your hands in between your knees and open so that the feet flop out a little bit. Open, you're rotating the femur bone in the hip socket. Open. Legs are very relaxed. Let's push out and just let them rotate in the hip socket. Breathe. We're going to do a lot of hip openers today. So we're going to start with this nice gentle one. And then hands in between the legs. Walk down, round the back, soften everything in the body. You can bend your knees a little bit here. Maybe the elbows come down right inside your knees, or maybe the elbows are on top of the shins. And relax, drop the head. We're going to stay here for 10 breaths, so no hurry. Really sink down. Let gravity take you down. Don't resist it. Halfway there, keep stretching or relaxing down into a stretch. Alright, maybe pushing against your hands against your floor and walk back up. Sit tall now. Lift the heart. Open the heart. Arms out to the side. We're just going to fly an airplane. Notice how the weight shifts from one hip bone to the other as you soar through the air, playing airplane like a little child. And let's bring one hand down to the floor and let the other hand reach up for the ceiling. Look up, stretch up, breathe in. Zooming through the sky, shifting your weight on your hips. Other wing dips down. Reach that hand up to the ceiling. Look up, breathe in. Stretch it up tall. to scoot down onto the mat. Scooting down. Allow the feet to be right flat on the floor, somewhere close to the hips. And then take a few seconds to just settle into this posture where you feel the hips start to relax. And let's move the feet just a little bit away from the hips. Wiggle your toes and drag those heels just a little bit farther from the hips. Bring the arms out, opening the heart, opening the chest to the ceiling. And we're just going to drop the knees left and just hang out here for a second. Ask the tailbone and the hips to let go. If you need something to focus your mind on, focus on your breath. Every exhalation, tell your hips, let go. It's okay. Let go. Relax. Knees coming up. Let's take them all the way to the other side. Hang out here for a second. And again, just breathe and relax. So your legs take on the shape of a diamond almost. If this is not good for you, put a pillow under your knee for a little support. Opening up the hips. Try to relax and breathe. Knees up, move your pillows away, and let's focus on the lower back right now. Is it a little bridge there? Is it a little arch? It should be. Normally we have a little arch in the lower back. So tilt the pelvis and push the lower back flat against the floor. Squeeze your belly in, squeeze your waist in. Squeeze your hips in, squeeze your kegel in the middle of your groin, squeeze your thighs. But your main focus is pushing down with the lower back to flatten that arch. Everything else is secondary. Except, of course, for breathing, keep breathing and keep the compression that you're building in your lower body out of your chest. Let your breathing be light and easy. Shoulders and arms very relaxed. Squeeze down, flatten that belly flat. Push those internal organs back where they belong. Inside the abdomen, not hanging out. Push them in. Squeeze it in. Keep breathing. Beautiful. Relax. Relax again. Open those legs. Diamond shape. Your feet are sole to sole. Knees up, feet flat on the floor, tilt the pelvis, squeeze the belly in. Go ahead and squeeze down flat against the floor and keep breathing. Keep your chest light, easy, continually breathing. It is not easy to do, I know. Isolating one part of the body to be completely relaxed while a nearby adjacent part of the body is working hard. Good practice for us. And let's take a break. Relax. Drop both knees to the left. Knees up and over to the other side. Relax. Knees to the chest, arms around the legs. Squeeze it in and release. Squeeze in and release. Squeeze in and release. Squeeze in. Hold it in. Squeeze in with strong arms, strong hands. And release. Hands back to the floor and knees still bent. Heels close to the hips. Feet flat on the floor near the hips. Let's see if we can pick up the hips. Create a bridge between your shoulders and your heels. As you come down here, go one vertebrae at a time, down from the shoulders, from the upper back, through the middle back. Really control your lowering of your body down, one vertebrae at a time. And once everything is down, bring the knees back to the chest, one hand on each knee, open as wide as is comfortable for you, and hold your legs just there. A beautiful stretch in the inner thigh here. Breathe. Open. Yes, all right. Bring it back into the chest. And let's reach the legs up to the sky, and the hands too. Rotate your ankles, rotate your wrists. Breathe. Change direction. Breathe. Let's bend it down and reach it up. Nice and soft, nice and gentle. If you want to flex the ankles and point the toes, flex down and point up. Flex down and point up. Down and up. And I'm going to ask you to do this 10 more times with me. Let's go. 10, up, 9, up, 8, up, 7, up, 6, up, 5, up, 4, up, 3, up, 2, up, and 1. Bring it up. So shake your hands and feet, jazz hands and jazz feet. And now let's shake the legs and the arms. Keep it shaking, keep it shaking. And now bring it down and kick up and throw them. Not throw them, but throw your arms up into the air like you're throwing a beach ball up into the air. Extend with great velocity. Up, down, extend up, down, extend up, and one more time, down, extend up, bring it down. Let's extend the legs all the way out on the floor. Reach the hands overhead and stretch long. Make your body as long as possible. Extend through the spine, from the top of the head. Breath in, stretch and yawn, make it count. Beautiful, relax. Take a moment to just lay on the ground, lay on your mat. Heavy on the floor, notice the heaviness of the body. Take a moment to appreciate that the floor, the earth itself supports you, keeping you on your feet, on your back, on your seat, whatever it is. Keeping you where you need to be. Alrighty, let's bring up just the right leg now. Bend the knee and squeeze it in. Both hands can come to the knee or the shin and just squeeze it in a few times as you breathe. towards the armpit. And close it. Change hands on the knee. Bring the knee towards the other shoulder. Lifting the hip off the ground just a hair. And back to center. We'll stretch the leg straight up. Hands reach for the leg. Gently pull towards your face and return to vertical. When you're vertical, that's what we're going to call your comfort zone. And your knee can be bent or straight. If it's a bent knee or straight knee, that's not really the focus right here. Bring that leg a little closer to your face. So start just an inch or 2 inches. And if you're comfortable with that, you want to expand, you can come a little closer to the face. Be very, 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 very gentle. What I said, I cannot know your personal situation. You know your personal situation, so be very gentle with yourself. Appreciate your body, whatever its range of motion is. It is your body. It is your gift. Never criticize, never hate your own self. Only appreciate, love, celebrate, we've got a good range of motion going here, bringing the leg close to the face and back to vertical. Hopefully you've got a breath synchronized with the movement, breathing in and out as your leg comes close to the face and back. We're going to hold the leg steady at your extreme spot, wherever you feel like the stretch is perfect. You really feel like you're making progress with your flexibility. Stay right there and breathe. Bend the knee, arms come to the floor. Circle that knee all the way around. Change direction, go the other way, circle the knee around. All right, bring it back into the chest, squeeze it in. It's your right leg, so place your right hand on your right knee and left hand reaches for the foot. If by chance you happen to be working with your left leg now, just reverse those lefts and rights that I said. You don't have to switch legs at this point just because I'm now saying right leg. You can go back and forth left or right, opposite me or the same as me, it'll work. So we're going to hold that right leg, if it's your right leg, in your arms like a baby and rock the baby. Breathe as you rock back and forth, opening the hip and closing it. Stretching the leg straight up. But one more gentle pull towards the face. Release and lower it down slowly to the floor like a second hand on a clock. Once it's down, we're going to do a long body stretch. Arms overhead, reach up, breathe in. Yes, and it's time to bring up the left leg now, or the other leg, should I say. Bring it into the chest, hands to the knees, squeezed in, and release. Squeeze in, and release. In, out, squeeze in, and out. Keep it going. Bring that knee towards the armpit. So slide it out, opening the hip. Hold here and breathe. Back to above the chest, change hands, bring the knee towards the opposite shoulder, lifting the hip off the ground just a little bit. Stay here and breathe. And release. Drop the hands and stretch the legs straight out. And reaching for the knee or the thigh or the calf. Put your hands somewhere on your leg. And let's find that range of motion. Starting small, just a couple of inches. From vertical towards your face. Then back to vertical. Breathe. Nice. Beautiful. Good range of motion stretches where you feel that edge of your range of motion. And then back away. Alright. Release the leg, bend the knee, 90 degrees or so, circle it around, all the way around. As big as you can, as long as you don't have any discomfort or pain or sensitivity or clicking sounds. Any of that comes up, you can make your circle quite smaller. Or just rest. Direction whenever you feel like it, and lots of breathing. Imagine you're lubricating your hips joint with breath. Beautiful. Stretch that leg up. One more nice range of motion stretch. And then release it. Lower the legs slowly to the floor. Once it's down, feet are together. Reach the hands overhead, stretch. Let's bend the knees again. And revisit that lower back pushing down hard on the floor. Arms can be wherever feels good to you right now. Squeeze the belly in. Push the lower back down. Squeeze the hips in. Squeeze the kegel. Squeeze the thighs. Keep breathing. Keep your chest and your upper body relaxed. All right, relax. Let's roll over to one side. I'm on my left side, so my right leg is going to be up and extending out, and my hand is extending out. But for now, I'm just going to bend my knees and stack them and rest in the fetal position or side resting pose. Head rests on your shoulder, or you can put a pillow there if that's better for you. Okay, stretching out the top leg and the upper hand, we reach up and down. Breathe in, reach up and down. Keep it going, breathe and work that hip. Bring that leg and arm up, leave the arm up, let the leg go down, and bring them up together to touch at the top, and down, stretch. Bring it up, touch your fingers to your toes, bring it down, and stretch. Up, down, stretch. Two more like that. Breathe in, and out, stretch. Breathe in, lift, and down, we stretch and exhale. Back to side resting pose. We're going to do a half run. Bring your hand in front and your leg behind. Leg front, hands behind. The other side of the body is obviously still supporting. But imagine you're running in slow motion with this arm and this leg. Like a youthful sprinter, just in slow motion. Breathe. All right, 2 more. 1 more. And back to resting pose. Give your hips a bit of a massage there if you want. You can even make a fist and pound into that large muscle behind. Give some thanks to your flanks. Yes. And now we're going to roll over onto the tummy. So I'm going to switch around a little bit and push the camera away a little bit. Just roll over onto your tummy and make yourself comfortable. Takes me a while. It shouldn't take me this long. Taking a moment for yourself here. Maybe you feel your heart beating against the floor, against the mat. Let's bring the hands out to the side and lift the face. You can keep your feet on the floor, toes together. Lifting up the top of the body. And slowly coming down, take a rest. And now we're going to pick up just the right leg, not bending the knee. Keeping the leg straight. Pick it up all the way from the hip. Doesn't have to come up very high. Right leg raising up from the hip. Straight leg. And down it goes. Let's pick up the other leg now. Left leg up in the air. Straight leg. Squeezing the hip a little bit. Lifting from the waist, from the hip. And down. What happened to my music? I don't know why it's been doing that lately. I'm going to have to figure that out. Okay, we're going to lift everything together now. Face, arms, both legs. Lift up. Squeeze in the lower back. Bring the body up into an arch. Keep breathing. And we can come down now. And we're going to do a little bit of a hip opener here. Bring the one leg out to the side, face down, chest down, one knee out to the side. Try to keep both hips down, not rolling up onto a side. All right, now we switch the legs, bring the other knee up. You can turn your head that way, adjust your arms so it's comfortable. Opening up the hips. And bring that leg down. Take a moment for yourself. We're eventually going to roll over onto the other side and do our leg lifts. So let's roll over onto one side. Take a moment to be comfortable in your side resting pose. Well, my music doesn't want to come back on. Let's extend out the top leg and the hand and reach up, breathe in and down, exhale. Up and in, and down. Up, breathe in. Exhale, lower it down. Controlled, slow, graceful, meditative. Controlled with the breath. Let the breath lead the movement. Breathing in, we raise. When we get to the end of our inhalation, we lower. Breathing in, we raise. And lower. 2 more. Nice. Come back to resting. Let's take the arm overhead all the way up and lift the leg and the arm to touch at the top. Breathe in and exhale, lower it down. Put a nice reach, stretch there, and then pick it up. Touch, lower down, exhale, and stretch. Coming back, let's just take a rest. And now we're going to do that running in slow motion. So imagine you're running, the knee comes forward, the arm goes back, and we switch. Breathe. Two more. 1, 2. And back to resting. And back to going onto the belly. Roll back onto the belly. All right, here we're going to try and come up into a low plank. So let's first put the hands under the shoulders and bring those elbows in by the waist. Bring your forehead to the mat. Align your body very, very straight, shoulders away from your ears. Lifting up the face. Pushing with the hands, come back. And let's bring the knees up a little bit, finding pose of a child. Walk the hands forward. And when you're ready, arrange yourself so you can come down on your forearms. If you want, you can be in a high plank. That's an option. But I'm going to be on my forearms, and I'm going to stretch those legs out so that I can bring the hips down. Find yourself in a low plank. While you're here, push back through the heels, stretching your Achilles tendons. When you're ready, drop your knees and come back to pose of a child. Okay, let's come back up onto hands and knees. And here we're going to just make the table pose. Make sure your wrists are under your shoulders, knees are under your hips, and just sink and arch your back. Dropping the head, lifting the face, rounding the tailbone down, swaying the tailbone up, arch and sway. Okay, come back to a flat table. Let's thread the needle this morning, do a little bit of a twist in the upper body. Bring that left hand strong on the floor and slide your right hand behind the wrist. So it's like you're threading the needle right through. Bring it all the way through. Bring the shoulder and the face down to the floor. And keep that up, that left hand, so the elbow is right over the wrist. If you want, you can push the hand onto the floor a little bit to activate the connection to your shoulder blade. So much tension is held around that shoulder blade. The subscapular muscles tighten up into little knots. This is one of the few positions where I find you can really release that tension in the shoulder blade area by pressing down right here. Keep breathing. When you're ready, push against the ground and bring the body back up and continue to do cat and cow. Let's thread the needle the other way now. We're going to bring the left hand behind the right wrist, slide it through, bring the face down, the shoulder down, and connect with your shoulder blade on the right side by pressing down with your right hand. Elbow is right over the wrist, directly over the wrist. Pressing against the floor, come back up to table and cat and cow. Let's turn the toes under and hover the knees above the floor 1 inch. And then press all the way up to downward dog. Bring the hips up high and the head down low. Stay here in any version of downward dog that suits you. Stretch. When you're ready, we're just going to shift down back into comfortable, easy seat on our hips. And open the legs out. Now this is a nice wide straddle because I promised you hip openers today. So if this is a little too wide for you, you don't have to emulate what I've got here. You don't have to copy me. You can have your legs in quite a bit farther, right? So everybody is different. Everybody has a different flexibility and a different range of motion, and that's perfectly fine because we all are happy and love ourselves as we are, accept ourselves as we are in this moment, in this place, as I am. I'm grateful. I'm content. I appreciate my life and my body with joy. Yes. So if you need to and want to, you can pull the flesh away from the sitting bones so that you really connect down into the earth through those bone points in the pelvis. Hands can just rest on the knees. For now, think about lifting your sternum, opening your heart, lifting your heart. Shine the joy of your heart forward and upward and all around like a beacon. Again, let's put our hands on inside of the knees and rotate the femur outward in the hip sockets. Push it out, push it out, push it out, push it out. Now try and hold it out with your muscles of your legs, not your hands. And let's walk the hands forward. Find a good place, wherever it may be, and we bend the elbows and bring the face down to the floor a little bit, even if it's just a half an inch. That's your range of motion. Honor it. Work with your flexibility gently, with your breath leading the way. Gently down, exhaling. Slowly up, inhaling. Find a middle zone that you're comfortable with but yet is still active. And let's walk the hands over to the right leg, one hand on either side of the knee. And just bow your head over that knee. You can reach your hands towards your foot if you want. Hands to the floor. Push yourself halfway up. Back to the center. 3 times. Dip down and push back. Slowly down and back up. Breathe in. Exhale, we come down and we push back. Find a middle zone. Walk your hands over to your left leg, one hand on either side of the knee. Bow your head over your knee, reaching the hands towards the foot if that suits you. Stay here and breathe. Hands to the floor, halfway up, walk back to the center, and down, and up. Work with your breath. Let's see if we can go down and stay down for about 20 seconds. You can come on your elbows if that helps you. When you're ready, push back up. Coming back up, all the way up. Arms out to the side, right over your legs, parallel to your legs. Imagine you're reaching. Push. Reach. Over the toes. Reach over the toes. Stretch one way and then the other. Breathe. Coming back to the middle, arms float above the legs and up they come. Reach up, breathe in. Reach as high as you can. Up, 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 up. Stretch up tall. Inhale. Exhale. Put your hands down, but keep that length in the spine. Bring the hands down to your heart. Arms open. Come to the legs. Let's take the right hand and sweep it underneath the belly and the left hand up and over. And your right ear comes close to your right knee. Reach. And we lift and rotate the arms around like a windmill all the way around. Stretch the other way. Up and around. Up and over. Two more times, all the way up and over. Up and over. Last time. And up. Arms float above the legs. Reach it up, stretch it up, straight up. Breathe in, reach. Bring your hands to prayer pose and bring them down. Beautiful. Hands to your knees. Support those knees, bend it up and in. Roll back onto your hip bone and bring those legs in. Take a moment to wrap your arms around your legs. Tuck your face into that little cave between your knees and your chest, your private little place. And close the eyes. Be with yourself for a moment. Coming back to seated, let's take a moment to just interlock the fingers and squeeze and release, squeeze and release. Imagine that that's representing the beating of your heart. Let your breath relax and come to a natural rhythm. Squeeze and release those hands. Rub the hands against each other. Create a little heat, a little friction heat. Faster and faster and faster. We're going to place those nice, beautiful, warm hands right on the base of the neck. Walk your fingers back, behind the neck, down into the shoulder blades. See if you can get your fingertips to dig in a little bit onto those shoulder blades, and then pull over the crest of the shoulders with a big breath. Let's do that again. Reaching back as far as you can, drag the fingers over the crest of the shoulders, through all that lovely muscle tissue. One more time, just for good time's sake. Breathe. And hands, fingertips rest on the shoulders, circle the shoulders around. Breathe. Other way, go the other way. Breathe. And let's do a bicycle where the whole torso twists a little bit as the shoulders come around to the front. And backwards bicycle. Breathe. All right, hands to prayer pose. Thank you so much for joining me for yoga today. I really super appreciate it. It gives me meaning to my day. I hope it benefits you in some particular way that helps you stay connected, stay hopeful, stay happy, stay loving to yourself and to others. We can bring peace into this world through our intention, our actions, our attitudes, and I think there's no greater thing to try and do is to bring peace and love into this world. So join me again on Thursday where we'll try and do it again. Namaste. Thank you so much. Namaste, which of course means the divine light in me recognizes the divine light in you, and I am grateful. Thank you.